Hello, my name is Pontus Gunve. In the previous video, I tested the Zoom H3VR recorder using Audio Brewers decoders and image upscaler, and also comparing that to an IEM binaural decoder. In this video, I'm going to use the IEM suite in Pro Tools. It just came out with the AAX plugin of the IEM suite. And I want to test this now with a recording I did on the Zoom H3VR. I am going to test the IEM plugin suite using Pro Tools. It was just released, and the capabilities of using Pro Tools for ambisonic editing, recording. I've been using Reaper for the last 8 months for ambisonics, and I find it very easy to use, changing the different track types or channel counts. Channel width, as you call it in Pro Tools, to go up and down to the different orders of ambisonics. But first, make sure that you set up your I/O properly, because you want to set up your buses. All you need to do is select a new path, and in here you can do the different orders, and then you just need to label them accordingly. 1OA is first order, 2OA second, third, etc. These buses do not count towards the voice count if you're concerned here. So I have right now the busing set up, but I'm just using the 4 voices, which is my first order ambisonic A-format recording. So let's take a look at the Pro Tools session. Let's start from here. This here is a beautiful blackbird that was in my backyard. It is recorded on the Zoom H3VR when I was just sitting outside, relaxing in the spring weather. So the first thing that I put on the track, first I created a first order ambisonic audio track. The idea here is that I want to be able to upscale this to different orders and compare then what these sound like. And in this example, I will be using the IEM suite. So as I now have created the track, and this is the 4 channels, I can output or bust this out. And then using Audio Brewers Image Upscaler, we're gonna convert that to second order, third order, etc. up to 7th. But the first thing I want to do is convert this to a B format. So I have some options. I have the Rode NT-SF1 microphone that comes with the sound field by Rode. It's also free. One option would be to use this. It's specific to that microphone, I would say. So I got the transcoder here from Audio Brewers. And this has different profiles for different microphones, but we basically want to just set the input type, in this case a format, and you can also adjust the position of the mic. In my case, it sits like this, right? So that corresponds to this. If it had end fire, which would be this, which I didn't do, you'd adjust this to correspond. And if it was upside down, like so, you would set that. We are going to deal with AmbiX output for the B format throughout here, and that's what it's set to. And then here in the profile, we can select the microphone that we were using. In this case, H3VR. So now the bird is, here's my bird. So now we're going to go to the IEM plugin suite and input an energy visualizer. I want to see what happens with the sound and the energy in the first order here. So this is my energy visualizer. We're going to set that to first order. Even though automatically it recognizes the channel count, it'll place that to what that is. Now let's see what happens and where this energy is in the sound field. Might have to adjust. This is a very delicate sound, but might have to adjust this. So it's pretty broad. The bird is really here on the left middle towards the top side. So we're going to keep an eye on the energy visualizer throughout this video. The next step is that we want to EQ this a little bit, and I want to use a multi-EQ from the IEM suite. That is a first order Ambisonics here, and just kind of take a listen to what we can do to sculpt the sound. So we are what I want to do next is actually create a first order Ambisonic bus, but we're going to upscale this to a second order Ambisonics. We want it to be an aux input. And in this case, we want this to be second order Ambisonics. And we can call this upscale. Here is my second order Ambisonics upscaled track. And we're going to use the Audio Brewers Image upscaler. So be cautious here of what you select, but what do we want to do? Well, we want to go from first order to second. So you basically go in and set this to be AB upscaler from first order to second order. Click on this and you get this window here. You might have noticed too that when we did this, it changed the channel count to 10. So in second order we need 9. And from here we also are going to, can we borrow this energy visualizer, but we want to set this to be second order here. And last, we want to send this to a second order bus, like so. This second order bus is sent to a decoder for binaural. Don't forget to set the input. This should have input received from the track that sends out the Ambisonic AmbiX file here. So now it's receiving it from the out from the first order into the first order and then sends it out second order. So here we go. This is my first order here. Maybe a little more detail. On the upscaler itself, I have options to work with the width. Right, this is kind of your left and right. Here, right? Height. And you can see that in the visualizer, how we're putting everything to the top, or a majority of the sounds on top and to the bottom. So now my bird is underneath me, right? And depth, which is front to back. I can also open up the omnidirectional plane. As you can see, it covers a wider area of the spectrum there. So sometimes you may have to adjust the gain here in my third order. So we're going to do the same thing. We are going to create a new and first order because we're converting it, and we want this to be an auxiliary. So now we have third order ambisonic upscale. We want to do the same thing, create an image upscaler from first order to third order. That now increase the channel count to 16. I want to borrow an energy visualizer that shows me the third order ambisonic of this. And we would like to receive first order. And then actually we are going to bust this out to the third order ambisonic. So we can see the result here on the upscaled here. We can see the result. And let's change the track width to third order. And let's receive the signal from third order. And for some reason, let's double check that we go third order. I'm getting this glitch. I'm not sure why yet. Interesting. So for some reason on the last recording, I had a glitch when going to third order ambisonic. So here I'm testing out a recording from the NTSF, a Rode Sound Field transcoder to B-format. This is then going into the Audio Brewers Image upscaler. And finally, this is decoded into binaural. Here, headphones, third order. So here's my first order energy visualizer. It's my third order and my decoder. And to compare, we are now going to play the sample we had previously. Then I'm using this transcoder from Audio Brewers, setting this to H3VR. Looking at an energy visualizer for the first order, energy visualizer for the third order, and here is my decoder. So let's take a listen to this. Okay, so the last video I had something happening. I'm not sure if that was temporary or if something in the background, something with that session, but we basically had an issue where the decoder was coming in and out of the bus assignment. This seems to be working fine now, where we transcode the file to a B format, sending this into Audio Brewers Image upscaler, and then decoding this using the Audio Brewers decoder to binaural. I'm going to test now the fourth order ambisonic here. So here's my fourth order. You know, it won't show you all the tracks. We're right now dealing with 25 tracks. So I need to change the track width. Let's change the binaural. going to change this to fourth order. Receive the input from the fourth order. But here's the fourth order. So now I want to show you where is the energy on all of these different versions here. So here's my original first order. Take a look at that. The second order next to it. Fourth order here. Fifth order. Sixth order. Seventh order. So you can see that within each order there, we're getting more details in the specific area of the sphere, where the sound energy is coming from. We can also listen to the difference here as I go up the orders. We've just listened to the fourth order. And let me actually now set this up where we listen to the seventh order. And we'll make sure we receive this seventh order. And here's seventh order. I'm going to increase the gain a little bit. This is what we're listening to right now. So let's compare this to the original first order. And that's the decoder from seventh order to headphones out. I will continue to work with the IEM plugin suite in Pro Tools to see what other results I can get. So far, using the multi EQ and the energy visualizer, it's been fairly stable. I am on Pro Tools version 24.10.2, and the IEM plugin suite that just came out April 10th. So here, if you go in, they do have support for AAX. It's currently in a beta testing stage, so you might have different experiences using it compared to me. But this is, I'm going to put a link to this download here if you want to test out the IEM plugin suite in Pro Tools. Thank you so much for sticking with me today, and I will continue to test this IEM plugin suite and post the results as they become available. Have a great day.